When the Great Depression hit in 1929, the bulk of America was struck with poverty, and there wasn't really much to laugh at. In response, theater and film started producing shows that satirized the upper class, the people who, in spite of everyone else's woes, have been able to maintain their status and clout. Think of films and plays like Dinner at 8, The Philadelphia Story, which were all designed to poke fun at the upper class elite and how they dealt with problems in absurd ways that made them human to the little guy. In a time when wealth disparity is running rampant again in the United States, it's still fun to laugh at the privileged. Hello and welcome to episode 57 of One Man's Opinion, where I review professional theater in New York and across Connecticut. Today I am reviewing the Broadway revival of Neil Simon's Plaza Suite, running through June 12th at the Hudson Theater at 141 West 44th Street in New York City, starring Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker, and directed by John Benjamin Hickey. Plaza Suite is a triptych of one acts, all set in room 719 of the Plaza Hotel from 1968 to 1969. All three pieces feature a different couple, played by real-life couple Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker. The first piece, Visitor from Mamaroneck, features Broderick and Parker as Sam and Karen Nash, who are staying at the hotel for their wedding anniversary. Karen is planning on a romantic evening with Sam, but Sam is preoccupied with work. After a visit to their room by Sam's secretary, Jean McCormick, played by Molly Ranson, Karen accuses Sam of having an affair with Jean. The second piece, Visitor from Hollywood, features Broderick as Jesse Kiplinger, a Hollywood producer who invites his old high school sweetheart, Muriel Tate, played by Parker, to his room at the Plaza where he attempts to seduce her. Muriel, who is married with several children, isn't exactly against the idea of an affair, having followed Jesse's life intimately from afar. The third piece, Visitor from Forest Hills, has Broderick and Parker playing Roy and Norma Hubley, whose daughter, Mimsy, played by Ranson, is getting married at the Plaza but has locked herself inside the bathroom of their suite. The two attempt to communicate with their daughter to get her to come out and get married. All three pieces are great, and Simon's sharp and witty dialogue makes even the most turbulent of moments hysterical. Yes, I know some people feel that Neil Simon is dated, particularly regarding stereotypical gender roles, and I can respect it if people feel that way. The first scene, Visitor from Mamaroneck, does play into the stereotypical husband cheating on his wife with the secretary cliché, but Karen goes so far as to call out that cliché in part of her effort of protecting herself in this embarrassing situation for her. But all in all, Plaza Suite is still a delightfully funny farce about relationships and how two people communicate with each other. Most of the credit for Plaza Suite's success goes to Sarah Jessica Parker, who is absolutely brilliant in all three roles. Every scene, she dominates the stage. She doesn't shirk away from allowing herself to be vulnerable, even at the worst moments of her characters' journeys. It allows Simon's language and the inlaid humor to come out and be funny without it coming off insensitive. Broderick doesn't hit all the notes for me, though, especially in Visitor from Mamaroneck. His Sam is very closed off and stoic, especially after Karen accuses him of his affair. One may argue that this is how a man who was just caught having an affair would act, and to a degree, I would agree. But for me, it felt like he wasn't really invested in this particular role, like he was uncomfortable playing a philanderer with his actual wife on stage acting across from him. The other two roles he was great in, and brings out his trademark awkward humor that he has cornered the market on pretty much since The Producers. I personally have never been in a room at the Plaza Hotel, but oh my god, John Lee Beatty makes me want to do so. His scenic design is gorgeous, giving the opulence a room at the Plaza deserves, and suites start at about $1,220 a night nowadays. Plaza Suite is delightful. Visitor from Mamaroneck is bittersweet. Visitor from Hollywood is guiltily silly. And Visitor from Forest Hills is outlandishly hysterical. If for nothing else, go see Plaza Suite for Sarah Jessica Parker's tour de force comic acting. She is brilliant all the way through and a pleasant to watch. Matthew Broderick is also enjoyable during the second two parts. The first one, I found him a bit stiff. And some people may feel because of the setting, this is first world white privilege comedy that is out of touch with the rest of society. And yes, that is exactly what it is. But like the comedies of the 1930s and 40s, being able to make fun of the upper class is part of the fun, and it's part of the joy of going to the theater and bringing down the 1%, even if it's just half a peg. But that is only one man's opinion of Plaza Suite, so be sure to leave yours in the comment box below. If you are interested in seeing the show, I'll leave a link in the description. Like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to follow me for future reviews. The next review will be the Broadway revival of Take Me Out. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.